Hello everyone, today we're going to be doing a highly requested video about the all new Mazda 3 Turbo. We're going to run us over, what it is. What have they changed from a normal Mazda 3? We're going to talk about what makes it the new Mazdaspeed 3 and what doesn't make it to answer the question, is the new Mazda 3 Turbo the new Mazdaspeed 3? Some of you already know the answer.
They gon' finish you. Yeah, I'm on call with a hit or two. No small talk, me and Mr. News pull up with a flex on the ball at the minute.
Okay, so let's run over a quick overview if you need to get caught up with what happened. So basically, on June the 27th, Mazda released this teaser video. There's a car revving, it's red, it's sort of a sporty atmosphere. And we did a video about it, talking about this teaser clip, and if it was a Speed 3, what would it be like? Then in early August, Mazda comes out and disappoints us a bit. We'll cover that later. They reveal all that's needed to know. Then on November 21st, the press are allowed to release their reviews. And now there's our video. So let's get on with that. Let's run over an overview. Pricing. Well, it is about GTI level, just like the Mazdaspeed 3 was back in its day. However, now we've got all-wheel drive. That's something that we've needed for a long time, even though front-wheel drive can be funner, yeah. However, what's powering this thing? It is a 2.5 litre turbocharged 4-cylinder that's basically lifted from the CX-5 Turbo. However, now we've got a water-to-air intercooler, we've got a new exhaust and a new intake manifold so it can actually fit into the chassis and the car. So what are the numbers, how do they compare to the old Mazdaspeed 3s? Well, currently now, we've got 250 horsepower. That's 13 horsepower down after 7 years. However, torque, that's where this thing shines. There's heaps, there's 320 pound-feet of torque. That's similar to a brand new Porsche 911 Carrera. That is crazy. 0 to 100 is done very early 6s, which is 0.2 seconds slower. Yeah. However, it only weighs 40 kgs more, which honestly isn't too bad. You want to drop a like? Are you liking this video? Then hit the like if you're disliking it. Guess what? Hit the dislike. My guy. But that's what it is. We have to talk about what makes this car a new Mazdaspeed 3. So first of all, you may be disappointed with the power, but look at it this way. The new Mark 8 GTI, that should be on sale in like a year or two. Yeah, the new Mazda 3 Turbo has 10 more horsepower, way more torque, and it's faster. So with the competition, it actually still is pretty good. Other reasons that make it a Mazdaspeed, the torque. Speed 3s have always been torquey, and this is no exception. It's also got a turbo, it's got all-wheel drive, and with this configuration, it can send 3 times as much power to the rear than Mazda's normal all-wheel drive system. That sounds sporty. It's got some exterior stuff, but it's still pretty subtle. It's got, a different spoiler, a front lip, it's got some bigger exhaust. It's still not big at all, but they're real exhaust in 2020, what can we be complaining about? And get this right, it can come with optional BBS forged wheels. Forged wheels, damn. They've also got some stiffer suspension, mainly because of the extra weight, but also to spice things up a bit. It's got some stiffer steering arms for some increased confidence from the driver. And all these new Mazda 3s, the way they drive is quite playful, it is a fun car to drive. And you know what the fun thing is with this, right? Throttle House raced this new Mazda 3 Turbo against the CVT WRX and a Golf R. This Mazda 3 launched harder than both of them, and on the quarter mile and in rolls, it beat the WRX. It was a CVT, but still pretty impressive. However, what doesn't make it a Speed 3? Well, its redline is 6300, but the main thing is it really does run out of power at about, 5,500 RPM. And it's just very boring to wind down and shift. Very boring. Also, it's automatic. Not a DSG, a torque converter. The new ZF torque converters are freaking amazing. It isn't at that level. And even though it sends 3 times as much power to the rear, It still understeers. It is still a front-wheel bias system, no matter what you do to it, because most of the time it is front-wheel drive. But you know what the main thing that makes it not a Mazdaspeed 3? Mazda didn't make this as a performance car. It's a luxury car. Mazda says that they're more targeting, the BMW 1 Series, your Audi A3, not, a Golf GTI or a Focus ST. So you're probably asking, why did do that? Why'd they put a turbo on it? Why all-wheel drive? Why all this fancy stuff? Right. The problem is, every single review you watch on a normal Mazda 3, they just say it is too slow. Especially when you compare it to, BMWs and Audis. They're just a lot faster, and it is kind of a necessity.
Because then we maybe have a Mazdaspeed 3.
The ones that they're not going to do.
They're never going to do.
They're not going to do manual, they're not going to do Mazdaspeed. It's done.
I know.
Give up.
Yeah.
Okay.
This new Mazda 3 Turbo isn't a Mazdaspeed 3. Its engine isn't performance orientated, it's boring to use. There's heaps of torque for the fast feeling though. It must feel insane to be in that thing. 320 pound-feet? Jesus. That's what everyone does say. It feels quite muscular off the line. Also, there's no attempts at stuff like weight saving or brakes or chassis bracing or, highly bolstered seats. But Mazda know that. Mazda know that this is not a Mazdaspeed 3. And they weren't trying to make it one. Otherwise, I'm sure we would have had a manual. But now we want to talk about some more stuff, right? Why is this car still good? And why this car should still interest us car enthusiasts? Because I believe it actually should. But first of all, why is this still such a good car? This is basically the best daily. The interior, if you don't know these new Mazda 3s, it is amazing. It is superior to something like the BMWs, in my opinion. Its design is unique, it's very nice. The materials they use are superb. And one thing with the new Mazda 3s when they developed it, they looked so much into psychology, the human body, to make this car just flow so well with people. They spent so much money, analyzing where to put the controls for the easiest interference with the person that they'll enjoy the most. What designs make the human mind feel nice. When you're sitting for a long time, what's the best position? It's a really well-engineered car, incredibly well-engineered. And adding to that, the torque, it feels so muscular, and the looks are to die for in my opinion. It still drives very well. Mazdas have always been very nice to drive. And it's a lot more reliable than the Audi counterparts and all that. It is an impressive car. It is insane how much thought has gone into this car. It's insane. But as car enthusiasts, why should we still care? So if you don't know, with the NA Mazda community, it's actually pretty big for car guys. There's a lot of people that modify these cars. Heaps of people want them more than, a naturally aspirated Golf or a Focus, etc. Why do people do this though? This drives the best. Mazda have always been driver focused. They want their cars to be fun to drive, and the new Mazda 3 still is pretty fun to drive. Of course the Speed 3 will be more fun, but it still is quite a hoot. It handles well. Another thing is the looks. A lot of people go for the sort of stance build with these NA Mazdas because they do look the part. In fact, honestly, getting a Gen 4 Mazda 3, bagging it, that'd be pretty nice. And now I can only see this Mazda 3 is opening up a whole new world of possibilities. Now the NA Mazda guys, they've got a turbo. They can actually make this thing fast. Though by the time you spend that much money on a new Mazda 3, you could get a Speed 3, but there's a lot of people with the Gen 3s that are modding them. Already, the Gen 4s, you can easily afford a Mazdaspeed 3, so they probably want perhaps a newer car or something. But yeah, there are people that mod it, and they'll care about that. Good for them. If you did enjoy, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.